Hey everybody, welcome to Gene Pool's Right Hour. This is episode 27. I am Sean,
Woo!
the old fart of the group.
And I'm Connor, the sexy dancer of the group.
Okay, the dancer of the group, I'll give you that. I'll give you the dancer of the group. So,
Hey, watch it, old man.
all right, listen, so this is a place for Connor and I to hang out, and he is my son.
Really, anyone can come hang out.
Oh, anybody can come hang out.
Anybody
It's
can
just,
come hang out.
we're the only ones on the screen, but we got this little chat area over here, and I keep pointing to the TV because I've got old eyes, so I have a TV in here so I can see the chat, because I can look at a computer screen and go, yeah, squiggly lines. That's it. Don't see it. So, but anyway, so this is episode 27.
You're
we just kind of
getting
hang.
old, Padre.
Yeah, I know. We just kind of hang out, kind of catch up with each other a little bit, talk about what we've been doing lately. We review a random movie every episode.
And we speak something that pertains to the geekly persuasion.
And so, yes, we do. Yeah, right. We just talk geeky stuff, and we do a geek question. So, and the movies
And we have fun.
The movies that we review are completely random. We literally roll dice to figure out what we're going to watch, and so
It's called Roll for Credits.
There you go, and then we got a geek question. Connor's in charge of the geek question, and the one he's got this week, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to speak to it, so we'll see. And then we'll go from there. We'll roll for our movie for next time, and that'll be it. And then he'll go off and do what he's going to do, and I'll go to the Xbox and play. So, anyway, so we always start with kind of everything that's been going on. What's been going on with you, Connor? Because Connor doesn't live in my house anymore. He's moved, and he's in the other part of the country, and so I don't see him every day. I pretty much see him now.
I gave him the best birthday present ever. I actually moved out on his birthday.
And that's the third episode in a row that you've told them that.
Now, hold on. On the last two episodes, you told them I moved out on your birthday.
Okay, maybe so. Anyway, somebody told him. So, so anyway, so what's been going on with you? What's the newest? What's the latest and the greatest with Connor?
All right, so let's see. Lots and lots of job interviews because recently I was working for a company called ServiceMaster.
Yeah.
And basically they go in and they help clean up construction sites. They do general labor, stuff like that, and we're a contracting company, you know. So,
right.
Basically, our jobs are based on if the main company likes us enough to keep us on contract.
Right.
This company did not. They went with someone cheaper because they had to make cutbacks. So basically, me and my fiance, who was also hired by him at the time, were put, quote unquote, on the bench and had to, quote unquote, wait until we had something new come up.
Right.
It's been 3 weeks and and they have not contacted us. So Nikki got.
Sorry about that, guys.
A new job.
The sound kind of resets every now and then, and so it makes it. Now I hear it. I don't know if they hear it in the broadcast. I hope they don't, because it sounded really bad. But anyway, so go ahead. You continue talking. I kind of got sidetracked there. So
and so basically, with me and Nikki being put on the bench, we had new. She's got an awesome new job. I'm still on the market trying to find something, but in the past 2 weeks, I've had 5 job interviews. So hopefully I'll get something back from those, but most likely not. I don't think I'll hear back from any of them, except for maybe one of them. One of them probably has a good prospect of calling me back. And then I also went on 2 apartment tours. Very first time experience doing that.
I will apologize to everybody in advance. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Why?
Okay. Our audio streaming mixer over here is resetting constantly, and it's making a lot of noise. And so hopefully it settles in, because it's doing it constantly now. And so what I may have to do is us just sit here and do the be right back thing and try to fix that and come back. So I do apologize for that. If it continues, if it does it again, I'll probably just shut it down and restart it. So, you know what? It's not just us. It's not just us that has these. I was watching Horseshoes and Hand Grenades the other night with Steven and Ashley, and they had some major AV issues as well, and it took about 10 minutes for them to get it fixed. So, and they know how to do this stuff. Steven knows how to do this stuff a whole lot better than I do. So, anyway, all right. So, job searches, you've got some good prospects. It sounds like you got some possibly good leads. I think that one that you told me about that is the assistant,
The activities
assistant at the assisted living center. I think that sounds right up your alley. I think you would work great in that, but we'll see. So, but that's awesome.
And then also I made a real big adult step today and went on some apartment tours.
Good.
Very first time of me doing that.
All by yourself.
It was a weird experience. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I mean, I remember.
I was like a college kid that I had a notebook full with questions I wanted to ask. I was taking notes as they talked about the place.
Right. Well, that's cool. So, yeah, but I like I told you earlier today, I would probably recommend securing the job before the apartment. But it's good that you're looking ahead.
Know.
It's good that you're looking ahead. So, okay, cool. Anything else?
I'm excited to get back with my D&D group who come tomorrow.
Yeah.
The past 2 weeks we haven't been able to meet up.
Right. Yeah, and we don't get to meet every week. My group, we get to meet every 2 to 3 weeks. Well, 3 to 4 weeks is more like it, just because one of them actually lives out of town. So we either have to do it via FaceTime or when he's in town. So we're having our third session next Saturday. So anyway, that's cool. What's been going on with me?
So let's see. Video games. What kind of video games have you been playing lately? Destiny. That's literally all you play, Dad.
No,
literally all you play.
Well, hold on. True, but here's the thing. Listen, I did start playing Crysis 2, which is an Xbox 360 game that's on Game Pass. Mitch,
what's that?
Not your brother Mitch, but our buddy Mitch. He liked it, and so it's just a shooter type, kind of a sci-fi-ish action shooter kind of thing. And it's okay. I mean, it is what it is. So I started playing that, but then Bungie put out a new event called Solstice of Heroes on Destiny 2, where you can get some really, really cool looking armor and gear that glows and stuff. And I've never been happy with the Warlock gear in Destiny 2. It just, all of it looks kind of just like yucky. So
because it's the Warlock, Dad. Everybody knows you go with the Titan.
No, most people Titan. No, most people go with the Hunter. Actually, most people go with the Hunter. The Hunter's the coolest looking of all of them. But
no, you go with the Titan.
Well, you would.
That's just my opinion.
You would. Anyway, so the armor is pretty
because
good,
I'm built
and
like
and I like that's all I pretty much main a Warlock. I don't play anything else, and I like the armor. And so it's only a 3 or 4 week long event though, and it's a lot of grinding to unlock the steps to get it. Because you start out, you get all the rare gear, which is blue. You get all 5 pieces, but then you have to complete all these objectives for each one of them, like 3 objectives for each piece of armor, and you have to unlock all the objectives on all the pieces of armor to get the next level of armor, the purple armor. And I got that as of this morning, and now I've got an even bigger grind to finish it out. So I'm trying to frantically get that done. After that... go ahead.
That's why I never got into Destiny seriously. I don't like the grind. I like the story element of games, and I don't like having to keep up with so many other players because I'm never going to be able to.
Right. And I agree with you about that. And that's why
do you still play it?
Hold on. I didn't play Destiny 2 for over a year after it came out. I mean, I only started playing it a few months ago. Because the base game became free. So I'm like, okay. It was a huge grind in the first Destiny. This one, yes, there's a grind, and different parts are more grindy than others. But it doesn't seem to be as hard of a grind as Destiny was. And I've got nothing else that I really feel like playing, and this is just easy pick
It's
up and go.
interesting actually because the very beginning of Destiny 2 is exactly the same shot for shot remake of Destiny 1.
It's just that
It's
first
exactly
mission.
the same.
Yeah, it's just that first mission to kind of reintroduce you into the game. That's all it is.
Yeah, but you would think they would change it up a little bit.
after that, it's completely different. So
Okay.
I've been doing that, and want to get that armor. After this event's over, the season continues until like November when Beyond Light comes out. And I'll probably cool off after this event's over because I've kind of done everything I need to do. I'd like to max out my light level, but I probably won't make it. So anyway, so that's what I've been doing there.
And what else are you going to play?
I have no idea. I really don't know. I'm trying to read Lord of the Rings again, and it's just slow going because I'm old and I read 10 pages and I'm, so it takes a while. But
yeah, I understand.
Some of the other stuff that's been going on, I finished, and I know you did too, because you actually finished it before me. I finished second season of Umbrella Academy, which I thought was really good. I really enjoyed it.
It was very interesting. I loved how Klaus literally someone got a cult going. It was freaking hilarious.
Klaus is the bomb, man. I love Klaus. He's just, he's my favorite by far. By far, he's my favorite.
I mean,
the rest
of be your favorite.
Well, he's my favorite, and then number 5 is my second favorite. I just like that kid that plays him. He does a really good job of being a sarcastic jerk.
Well, let's see. In terms of comedic relief, it's Klaus. He's he's my favorite in terms of comedic relief.
Yeah.
In terms of raw badassery power, it's number 5.
Oh yeah, easy.
I mean,
the other ones are kind of boring.
The guy's like Nightcrawler with angst.
No, I would say Nightcrawler with anger and sarcasm. So,
what's the difference between that and angst?
Angst is more like fretting and anxiety and that kind of stuff. That's not anger. Okay. Anyway, so
and a coffee addiction. Don't forget the coffee addiction he has.
Yeah, well, but so I finished that. Trying to start a couple of other shows that I want to watch, but that's about all I've been doing. I did start going back down to base this week, so I'm back on base working full time instead of doing all the teleworking stuff, which is great because I was kind of going stir crazy. I mean, I love being home, being an introvert. I love being home and hanging out, and I love hanging out with your mom all these weeks that we've been hanging out. But
you love it?
I do, but I just kind of miss talking to the guys and being there and them coming into my office and everything. So that's been great.
Of course.
But I do have a bone to pick. Well, it's not really a bone to pick. It's just a complaint. And
Me?
No. I know that's what you're used to, right?
Yes.
So, no, I'd ordered some shirts from TeePublic, got me some nerdy shirts. This is one of them.
Oh, the shirts came in?
It says, "Keep talking, I'm diagnosing you," which I think is pretty funny for a psychologist.
A shrink?
Yeah. So anyway, and I got a couple other ones, but then I ordered 2 shirts. I ordered one with am I pointing the right way? No, I think I'm pointing, that way. Over there? No, there. I got it backwards. So if I point there, it points over there. Anyway, so at our little logo thing over there. So I got some T-shirts made with that. I got one for me, one for you. You wanted it in gray, and I wanted it in black. And then I got a shirt made for my monk that I play in D&D. And yours turned out great. Yours looks about as clear and crisp and colorful as that logo on the screen. It turned out really good. But mine, it looks like it's been washed about 100 times, and it's about 5 or 6 years old, the shirt. It's not, the shirt quality's fine, but I'm talking about just the look of the graphic. It's washed out, it's faded, it's fuzzy, it's out of focus. I don't know what happened with that shirt. So I am extremely disappointed with T Public on that shirt, on the quality of that shirt. I've already shot them an email about it. I hope that I hear from them. I hope they send me a replacement, but we'll see. But and if they do, I will sing their praises. But right now, I'm not really happy with T Public right now. So
When are you
we'll see how
sending
that.
mine?
I don't know. When I get around to it. Also got some stickers coming. So
Our podcast stickers.
yeah, Sticker Mule. Sticker Mule. They had a deal going on.
I can decorate my stuff again.
50 die-cast stickers for $9, and it's usually $69 for 50, and it was only $9. I couldn't pass that up, so I ordered some. Mom ordered some for her dog treats sticker. So anyway,
that's cute.
So that's everything that's been going on here.
Oh wait,
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Wait, should we talk about tail waggers? Here's just a cute little plug.
Nah, I mean it's different population. It's dog treats, custom dog treats. It's all natural dog treats that my wife makes. So
started by me and Mom.
Started by Mom, and you helped her.
I was the freaking co-founder. I came up with the name. Hey, Mom, and the name is the game.
I didn't say that you weren't important. I'm just saying, did you cook the dog treats?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, okay.
Listen, I cooked them with Mom.
Okay.
I named almost all those dog treats too.
Okay. Cool. Now you did do that. That's what. Yeah, you were the
name
idea guy.
And,
You're the idea guy.
And the salesman. And I could carny people into our booth like nobody's business.
Yeah. It's so funny. I'm having a hard time. I'm really confused right now. Of course, I'm easily confused, but
yes.
So I've got,
because you're old.
Over here, I have the computer screen where I'm actually doing the broadcast. I'm doing the stream over here, and so it's more live. So when you're talking, you're talking. But then to actually see the chat, if anybody actually ever came in here and actually chatted with us, I can't see it. So I've got it got the actual stream from Twitch broadcast onto this TV screen in here. But it's just a little delayed. So I keep looking at the TV screen because you're easier to see on the TV screen, but you're talking like 15 seconds after I've already heard you. And I'm like really confused right now. It's like this weird space-time continuum thing. But anyway.
Can't you use something to cover up the actual picture or on the TV?
Probably could.
And just have the chat thing
I
exposed?
probably could. But anyway. So, and I need to do that.
Just get a hand towel and cover that up.
So, anyway, I tell you what, why don't we actually talk about the stuff we're here to talk about? What do you think?
Sure, that'll work.
So, what are we going to do first? What do you want to do first?
I first want to do our geek question.
Geek question.
I'm excited for our geek question.
All right, that's cool. We'll do our geek question. This is Connor's question. Connor's in charge of the geek questions. The last couple of weeks, I came up with them because he didn't come up with anything. So I did one that was more related to the movies that we were doing. But he likes just coming up with these random things. So it's on him, and I'm probably going to be letting him speak a lot. So there you go. Go for it.
You're along for the ride, boy.
I'm just along for the ride. So what's the geek question of the week?
All right. The geek question is, what is your opinion on Clarke's first law? and you have no idea what Clarke's first law is, do you?
Are we talking like Clarke Kent? Are we talking Superman's law? What are we talking about here?
Okay, Clarke's first law states that any significantly advanced science is indistinguishable from magic.
Say that again?
Clarke's law states that any significantly advanced science or technology is indistinguishable from magic to a more ignorant being. So like if you took someone like ancient Greece, and
Mm-hmm.
it showed them a modern day taser, or they would think you're a child of Zeus because you're holding lightning in your hand, basically.
Lightning in my hands.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He so basically this law is this law's premise is that all these myths and all these quote unquote gods and goddesses and beings of ancient lore and mythology were actual people who somehow unlocked or created significantly advanced sciences and technologies that people back then thought were just plain old magic. I mean, like, oh, a very good example of this.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Back during the Dark Ages, people used to think that rotting hay or rotting flesh of like rotting beef, you used to transmute and create from the actual meat flies and rats because people would see flies and rats come
Right.
out of these rotting things,
Yep.
but then science revealed that the flies would lay their eggs inside this meat,
Uh-huh.
and that rats would come to rotting hay and wheat to breed and to live and to
Mm-hmm.
eat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So so basically what is your opinion on this law?
Okay, but that is not really about advanced technology. That's just about they didn't understand bacteria and infection and
It's
spreading everything. They didn't understand
it's the
that. It's
same
not.
it's the same premise though. What they couldn't explain at that
Okay, now
time,
that
they
that
wrote it
makes
off as
yeah,
magic.
that's the same thing, but it's not advanced technology or science like you were like the question is. So somebody's chatting with us and I can't read anything. So
What they say?
it says, don't know if you read comics, but you should check out Green Valley. It's an interesting take on something. Uh oh, my chat went away. I got to fix that so it doesn't go away. So I'm going to do that while. So what's your question then? What are you asking? Do I believe that law? Sure, that makes sense. I'm not sure that that's what you're asking though. What are you asking?
What I'm asking is in your opinion, and what myths or legends from the past could now be explained with modern understanding of science. Stuff like werewolves, human beings that somehow look like and act like wolves.
Okay.
There's an actual a genetic disorder or that causes babies and some people to grow dark, thick, coarse body hair all over their body and make them look like they're part wolf.
Okay. Well,
Back then, back then they thought it was some kind of curse, but now it can be explained with modern science.
yes, I get
You
that.
know,
I mean, it makes me think of the movie The Old Guard that just came out on Netflix. That was really good, by the way. These are people that just they can't die, and so people back in the day thought they were gods. You know, and so I mean, so are you saying? So what are the things from the past that they thought was magic that was really just science? I'm not sure I know exactly what you're asking. Are you
they
still
what?
there?
What I was reading I was reading the chat. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I still can't read the chat, man. I am stinking blind. So
Okay. So let's see. So it's Mr. Bones,
that's
which
Mitch.
is Mitch,
What's up,
right?
Mitch?
All right. All right. So let's see. So far we've got Connor's response to that was yay BTW.
Okay, okay. You ain't got.
Let's
Oh,
see. Sean
stop,
Sean
stop.
is the hottest. What?
You don't have to read. They're right there on the screen for people to watch. You don't have to read them. Okay, moving on. So
Oh,
you
oh,
don't have to
Green
read them.
Valley. I'll have to, I'll have to check that out, Mitch. So, so then, Dad, what do you think could some of this stuff be explained as? Flying chariots, people controlling fire, or stuff like that.
I, I, I
Do you think that there are any modern examples of these things things that could
I
that could possibly explain it.
look. I mean, were there natural, phenomena that happened back then that they just said was magic because they didn't have an explanation for it? Sure. I mean, I can't think of an example where there was some advanced science or technology that was present back then that they thought was science, that they thought was magic. But these people who had, may have gone into a coma, and they looked like they were dead, but then they woke back up. People may have thought that they were zombies or something, or they came back from the dead, but it was just a coma. But they didn't,
Or
because they didn't
vampires.
understand. Yeah, anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but I can't think of an example from the technology or science side of things. I can't. Now,
Well,
if we took, for example, if you took that, like you said, taser, and you went back in time to the ancient Greeks and shown it, yeah, they would think it was lightning in my hands kind of stuff.
yeah.
But that involves time travel. So are you talking about, are we going to go back in time and show this to people, or what?
No, but no. All I'm asking for is your opinion on this concept. Do you think it's valid to possibly explain in some of these some similarities between all these ancient religions?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
in almost every single ancient religion, there's some kind of being that controls the sky, thunder, and lightning. We had Thor, Zeus, Jupiter, and then if you also consider our Egyptian mythology, he Set that controlled the skies.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't.
So
I think those are just myths.
but
Sorry, I just think those are
but
myths that they made up to
um
control the people around the world. I don't know.
but don't you think it's interesting how all these cultures have basically a same principle of a large golden haired man controlling these phenomena? Every single one of them has those similarities.
It's just aliens. It's
And,
all
and
aliens.
every
It's all aliens. I mean, I don't know how you want me to answer that question, except does the law make sense? Does it sound like a valid law? Absolutely. For me to put it into practice, I don't know.
you're
Sure.
not smart enough, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not. No.
I'm smarter than you. You finally admitted it.
Oh no, I didn't admit that. I said I don't know anything about this. So because
I made you dumbfounded.
because you're
I made you speechless.
look, you're the mythology nerd, okay? Not me. You're the mythology
Yeah.
nerd. So but anyway, I mean, it's an interesting idea, and yes, it makes sense that there were things that happened in the past that they couldn't explain. It was science stuff. It was scientific, medical, bacteria, virology, that kind of stuff that they couldn't make sense of, and so they just, oh, it's magic. She's a witch, Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but I just can't think of a specific.
I am not a witch.
She is a witch. Turned me into a newt.
I'm a newt.
I got better. So anyway, we need to move on, dude. How long have we been doing this? We've been doing this for a while. You want to talk about our movie? I mean, I don't have anything else to say about the Geek Question, because if you do, go right ahead. But it's an interesting idea. It's an interesting idea. I don't really know how to answer that question, because from a medical point of view, and medicine and biology and all that kind of stuff, absolutely. From a technology, science, I don't know how to answer that one, really. So
how can you even answer about the medical stuff anyway? Hey, you're not a medical doctor. You're a brain doctor.
I'm just talking about things that we've already seen in history about, like the plagues, and how they thought that rats were born in garbage and dead bodies. They thought that they just naturally, spontaneously were created in garbage, because they didn't understand
and then also fun fact,
always
the
a
rats
fun
didn't
fact with you.
carry The rats didn't carry the plague. The fleas carried the plague.
I know that. I know.
I know, but maybe someone out there didn't know.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, so I mean, that law makes sense. I just don't know.
I'll
Unless
definitely check it out, Mitch.
unless we do any of the X-Men movies like Apocalypse. Apocalypse was X-Men Apocalypse. He was an X-Man. He was a mutant, but because he showed up I didn't even see Apocalypse because it was so bad, but I saw parts of it. But because he showed up in ancient Egypt or whatever, they thought he was a god. When he was a mutant. It was a medical, biological mutation. So anyway, interesting. I don't have much to add to that. You actually didn't talk much. You just asked the question and then just kind of spouted some mythology stuff and moved on.
So in my opinion, this law is valid mainly because as a modern sciences have shown amazing things of that actually the past discoveries have also somehow already been made. There's did you know that mica is a good insulator? And then actually he there's this Mexican temple, hold on, kind of like an Aztec thing that has a room somehow completely covered in plates of mica. The entire room is made out of mica. How did they know why did they do that? It's not a chicken.
I just felt like playing the chicken because we hadn't played the chicken yet, so I just felt like playing the chicken. It's kind of a chicken. It's kind of chasing a chicken. We start talking about mica, but anyway,
it's no pollo. It's no pollo.
I just felt like playing the chicken. Let me play the chicken.
Okay, so anyway, hey, also,
yeah.
Did you know that liquid mercury can only be made by separating chemicals in a superheated environment?
Cool. Now we really are chasing a chicken.
No.
Now we're talking metals. We're not talking about Clarke's first law. We're talking about
because this same the same place in Mexico, the same temple or structure in Mexico that has the mica room, also has actual pools of liquid mercury that have been tested to be thousands of years old. How did the ancient culture create liquid mercury?
They may not have created liquid mercury. It may have been naturally occurring in.
Liquid mercury is not naturally occurring. It is impossible for it to be made in nature. Literally impossible.
Okay. Aliens. I'll just answer everything with aliens.
It just makes you think: how did these people create these things?
Yeah.
If even nowadays it's very difficult to do, but they did it thousands of years ago. It just makes you think,
Yeah. Well, aliens. I'm just gonna say aliens.
Don't be that meme guy. Okay, don't be that meme guy who's just like aliens.
Aliens, man. So, okay.
Don't be that guy. Okay, don't be that guy.
Let's talk about a movie. You ready to talk about the movie?
I've been dreading talking about it, but okay.
Are you serious? Well, we're going to talk about...
I didn't like it.
Ooh, that's loud. It's loud here. Sorry, guys. I don't know if I got to get my sound set up. This is just not right. So anyway, our random movie review, our roll for credit segment is the 2017 movie What Happened to Monday, a Netflix original. And I had watched it a while back and
watched it a while back.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Oh, did you watch it with us? Because I know Mom watched it with us too.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was interesting, but when we rolled for it, we landed on it.
Interesting concept.
Yeah, we landed on it this time. Watched it a second time. I like it better the second time than I did the first time. So, like I said, it's a 2017 movie. I'm going to pull up the info on it. It stars Noomi Rapace. I've seen her in other things, a couple of other things. Turns out she was in the original Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. She's in the Predator,
Really?
not Predator. She's in the Alien Prometheus movies and stuff, which makes me want to watch them because I really like her. She's in second season of Jack Ryan on Amazon. So I've kind of gotten to where I really like her as an actress.
What's Jack Ryan?
Okay, so I won't joke around. It's a TV show. It's got John Krasinski. So there you go. But Jack Ryan is a recurring character in these like military thriller books, and he's in a lot of different movies, and they've had a lot of different people play Jack Ryan. Like for example, Alec Baldwin played him in Hunt for Red October. Harrison Ford played him in Air Force One, I think. So anyway, but they made a series out of it on Amazon. They just had the second season come out, and John Krasinski plays Jack Ryan. So she's been in those things, but also had Willem Dafoe was in this movie. Glenn Close was in this movie. So it had decent.
Who was the chick? Cayman, Dr. Cayman.
The older lady.
Yeah,
that was Glenn Close. Yeah, that was
I thought Glenn Close was a man. I mean, it's just you don't hear Glenn and you think of a woman, you know?
How dare you assume gender? So,
and
you assumed the wrong one.
But still,
anyway.
Honestly, Dad, what you think of when you hear the name Glenn? What do you think of?
John Glenn.
Exactly.
But if someone says Glenn Close, I know it's a woman because I know who Glenn Close is.
But I didn't.
As a matter of fact, fun fact. Use your term. Fun fact. She played the female lead in the movie that your mom and I watched on our first date. Get this, okay? So our first date, we went out to dinner and then we went and saw Fatal Attraction. So I took your mom out for our first date to see Fatal Attraction about a man having an affair with this woman.
I do know about Fatal Attraction. I do know about that.
With this woman who ends up being crazy and stalks him and kills their daughter's rabbit. And so anyway.
She boiled the rabbit, Dad. Why did she boil the rabbit?
That was our first date, man. That probably should tell you something.
Boy, you know how to pick them, Dad. You know how to pick them.
So anyway, so let's talk about this movie. Let's talk about the plot of this movie. So do you want to talk about the plot or do you want me to? Doesn't matter to me.
You talk about the plot.
Okay, so it's set in the near future. I don't know how far in the future, maybe 50 years, whatever. Anyway, and it starts out with this montage about the
year's
world.
2050.
Oh, is it? Okay. Starts out with this montage about what's happened to the world. That with global warming, vast overpopulation, and so
food shortage.
Well, because we have overpopulation and because we have the global warming, crops were dying, and so we were running out of food. We were not having enough food to feed the earth. And so then they decided to do some genetic changes to the crops to grow more crops.
Make them more hardy.
Yeah, to make them, not to make them more hardy, but to have more bountiful harvest, to have more stuff, a higher yield, which was great. So all of a sudden, hey, we've got enough food to feed the world. But a side effect of the genetic manipulation of the food that they were growing was it caused multiple births in humans. So people are having 2 and 3 and 4, twins and triplets and quadruplets and all this kind of stuff.
Quintuplets, septuplets,
and so they
octuplets.
So they genetically altered the crops to grow more food, but by doing that, they actually caused an even greater population growth. And so they basically did what China's done. China has a one-child policy where families are only allowed to have one child, and if the woman gets pregnant, they're forced to have an abortion in China. They're forced to they can only have one child. And so
the heck?
So in this movie, they're forced, the law is you can only have one child, and if you have more than one child, the siblings are confiscated and they're frozen. They're cryogenically frozen to save them for another day when we've solved this overpopulation and food issue.
why are you doing air quotes?
For the Frozen,
Yeah,
because because being frozen is air quotes, because we find out later
there's a
that
twist.
there's twists. So
What a
anyway,
twist!
so the getting to the name of the movie, this woman has identical septuplets. That's seven, and she dies, and so her father, the grandfather of these septuplets, takes them in. And since there's seven girls, they're all identical. He just names them the days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He raises them in secret, and then they assume their mother's identity
Of
and
Karen Setman.
Karen Setman. And every day of the week, the one that's named for that day of the week goes out as Karen Stepman for that day. And they started as kids, and they'd been doing it for 30 years. They were in their 30, fast forwards into their 30s. And so Monday goes out on Monday as Karen Stepman. Tuesday goes out on Tuesday as Karen Stepman, and so on.
And so on and so forth.
But in their apartment where they live, they're all very different people. They look exactly the same. Their facial exactly the same, but their hair is different. Their personalities are different. Their interests are different. So they're very different people, but they have to play this exact same person every day of the week, and they've been doing it for 30 years. But
What
then,
I love,
go ahead.
what I love is this actress who was somehow able to play 7 distinct characteristics.
Yeah.
Each one unique and somehow so real at the same time. You actually feel like there was actually 3 of this person in this room, all
Yeah.
interacting with each other at the same time.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. She did a great job. I really like her, and I thought she did a fantastic job of that movie. So the reason why the movie is called "What Happened to Monday" is because Monday doesn't come back Monday night. She disappears, and the rest of the movie is the rest of them trying to figure out what happened to Monday.
Yeah.
And there's a huge conspiracy going on. Somebody finds out that there's septuplets, and so the government comes in to try to kill them, and they're trying to escape and find their sister Monday and find out what's going on with the whole global conspiracy and all that kind of stuff. So that's the basic plot. They're trying to survive. They're trying to uncover and expose the conspiracy for what it is. Glenn Close, the doctor that kind of starts all this policy stuff, she's at the center of it all, kind of at the foundation
Child
of all of it.
Allocation Act.
The Child Allocation Act, that's it. And so that's the premise of the movie. I kind of don't want to go into a lot of details about the movie plot because there's some pretty significant twists and turns in the movie. And I think people should watch this movie. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a neat concept. It's a fantastic concept. I think there were some plot holes and some logical errors in the movie, but just for a good action movie and to watch this girl play 7 different characters and do them well, and have some good fight scenes and some good explosions, and I just thought it was really cool, and I liked it the second time around better than the first time because I kind of knew what was going on the second time around, so I was able to kind of just settle into the character development instead of trying to follow what was going on in the first time I watched it. So anyway, if there's anything else about the plot that you want to talk about, go ahead. But
a fair warning to our listeners: it's definitely rated R.
Oh yes, thank you for reminding me about that. And I'll get to that.
It's rated R.
Yeah. So go ahead. Is there anything that you wanted to add about that before we kind of talk about what we liked and didn't like?
Well, let's see. The main thing that I loved about the movie was honestly how real it felt. Because this could very well happen in the future. We could get an overpopulation problem. We could get a food shortage problem. This could happen. I mean, in the movie, one of the setmans who literally bought basically a rat from a butcher shop like it was a goose. These people have gone down to basically eating all animals. All animals are fair game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
and just and then you know, what's this actress's name again? Some
N-
kind of weird name.
Noomi Rapace. She is,
Numi.
yeah, she's from Sweden, I think. Is she
Sweden.
Sweden?
I would have.
I think she's well, she's her mother is Swedish. I think it's Swedish. It's one of the Scandinavian, as Norway, Sweden, Switzerland. I think it's Sweden though. Her mother is Swedish. Her father is a Spanish flamenco singer. So she's got a Spanish father and a Swedish mother. So that's why she's got the darker complexion, the darker hair from the Spanish side.
Huh.
So that's
Interesting.
yeah. But
So,
her English accent is. I mean, you can definitely tell it's a Scandinavian type thing.
so anyway, Miss Numi and how she was able to act and portray seven different distinctively different characteristics.
Yeah.
Um Monday being all professional, Tuesday he being kind of shy and being kind of a black sheep in a way. You could tell she had some kind of problems.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday kind of like being the leader,
Mm-hmm.
and how confident she was.
Right.
Thursday, of how soft spoken but smart she was. Friday of being this an utter MMA fighting badass. Saturday being an awesome freaking well, no, wait, Saturday was
I don't remember the difference in all of them.
she was the promiscuous she was the promiscuous one.
Was she? Okay. Anyway, so and then Sunday was just
I forget which one Sunday was. I forget
Sunday
which one
was Sunday was more just kind of meek and quiet and timid. I think.
Okay.
So anyway,
But still, each one was distinctively different, and the way they all interacted with each other felt so real.
yeah, yeah.
She was the best thing about the movie. She was the best thing.
Well, obviously she was the centerpiece, but and it made you. They did a good job of giving you small details of just how minute you had to think and plan. When the girls were younger, Friday snuck out with her skateboard because she just wanted to get out so she snuck out on not her day and went out with her skateboard. And she came back, and somebody was knocking on the door, and the grandfather had taught them how to hide and pick up everything and to hide really fast when somebody knocked at the door. So everybody was hiding. He went to the door, and it was Friday at the door. She'd had an accident where she fell on her skateboard, and her pinky finger, the tip of her pinky finger was just basically dangling there by tendons. So she was.
I don't think it was the pinky finger from the thumb. I think it was this one.
No. It doesn't matter. I think it was the pinky finger, but it doesn't really matter. It was the finger. So the tip of a finger was dangling. It was basically hanging by a tendon.
No.
She was
no. It was it was this one because then in one of the scenes one of the girls had to steal a fingertip from a guy to activate a gun and on this finger.
Yeah. So anyway, you're right. It was that finger, but that's beside the point. The fact of the matter is, she lost the tip of that finger, and so it's going to have to be just cut off. So in order for them to live as Karen Setman, the grandfather had to sit there and line them up one by one with a butcher knife and cut their fingertip off. Cut their fingertip off. Healthy fingers of 6 other little girls. They were like 8 to 10 years old. And they had to sit there and stand in line and wait for their turn to get the tip of their finger cut off so they could all match. And I thought that was a great scene because it just taught you, one, how smart the grandfather was to plan this out and to think of every small detail, and all the small details that you had to keep in mind at all times to make this work for 30 years.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it was a good movie. There's lots of twists and turns, and I don't want to go into those because I don't want to ruin it, because I think that's a good part of the movie. Sometimes twists and turns they're pretty typical, and you really expect them, and it's not that big of a deal. But I like
Yeah.
these in this one, so I don't want to ruin it for anybody. I just encourage you to watch it and check it out. But was there anything else that you particularly liked or disliked about this movie? Because I agree with you. I agree with you that it was kind of, it's believable to see how this could be our future fairly soon. Because we already are seeing it, like I said, with China. They have the one-child policy in China already and have for a long time. So we already see countries that are doing this. It's just not a global thing yet. So anyway.
I loved all of the twists, actually. The sudden realizations, the dark twist at the end, all of this stuff happening. It's just and then the secret relationship, that was very interesting.
Yeah. Well, don't go into that because we don't want, because that's
I know that was all I was going to say.
Yeah. So what I liked about the movie, and I can't think of anything specifically that I didn't like about the movie. I mean, look, have there been better action movies? Yes. Have there been movies with better storylines? Yes. So, I mean, is it the best in any category? No, but I thought it did pretty much all of the categories it was trying to shoot for fairly well. So it was an enjoyable movie. I wouldn't have paid money to see it in the theater, but it's very rare for me to see a movie that's important enough for me to go pay the money to see it in the theater. But I really enjoyed it, and I would watch it again. What I liked about it, one of the things I liked about it, and I thought it kind of played into your question about science and magic and all that stuff, was that it was set just a little bit further in the future, but it was all very believable. Even the technology that they used was kind of technology that we have today, just progressed what it looked like in maybe 50 years. Which looks really, it's not like future. It's not super futuristic, but it's futuristic enough to go, hey, that's believable, and that's something that we're close to now. So by 2050, we should be there. So I like
fingerprint locked guns.
We have that already.
Guns that, wait, we do?
Yeah, I mean there are some that are like that. Now, can you buy them at the store? No, I think they're probably more military grade type stuff. But the fact of the matter is that it was all future stuff. It was futuristic stuff, but it was believable because you could easily see how we're kind of close to where that stuff is now. And so it's easy to see how that would happen. Plus, the crises that they were dealing with are real crises that we're kind of dealing with now. Now, there's some people that want to tell you that the world is going to starve, but if you look at the actual agricultural production of the world, we actually have more food available now than we had ever in the past because we've had advances in agriculture. But the overpopulation issue is an issue. The global warming, climate change, that is an issue. I'm not getting into politics about where that's coming from or whose side to pick, but the fact of the matter is there is climate change going on. It is apparent. That is happening. What the exact source of it is, I don't know. Is it cow farts? I don't know. AOC thinks it's cow farts, but whatever. So anyway, but I like that part. I like the fact that it was futuristic, but a believable futurism, so to speak. She, of course, did a really good job.
Amazing job.
She did a really good job. But I'll go back to something that you mentioned a while ago, and I'm going to give folks just a fair warning. So you mentioned it's a rated R, and there was a scene, and anybody that knows Connor and I or watches our podcast or listens to us knows that we try to keep
it family friendly.
We try to keep it family friendly, keep it clean. We had one movie that we watched with Keanu Reeves, which we shouldn't have done.
I think it was called Siberia.
Yeah, or something that we shouldn't have done because it was really inappropriate in a lot of ways. And this one was just your typical action movie. There was some language. There actually wasn't a lot of language, but there was some language. But there's one scene. There's one scene that they used what happened. They used a sex scene for one of the girls. I think it was Tuesday. No,
It was
Saturday.
Saturday. It was a blonde chick.
So they used Saturday and used a sex scene to get some information from somebody, to get some data to sync to his phone or something.
His bracelet thing.
Yeah, and so that was the vehicle to distract him with sex because of a relationship that one of them was in with him, but it wasn't her. But he didn't know that. To go with him,
weird convoluted thing,
and have sex with him, and to distract him so that she could get this information that she needed. She
was basically a honeypot when you think about it.
We've seen that storyline, plot line happen in tons of movies before. But this scene,
since it's Netflix.
Well, but this scene was pretty graphic. And they could have accomplished, even using sex scene as the vehicle, they could have done it in a way to not show everything that they show. So, from about an hour and 17 minutes into the movie to an hour and 19, so like an hour 17 to an hour 19, just skip it. Just know that just know that she
make it 120, just be safe.
Just know that she got what she needed. She got the information she needed, and move on. Okay?
Yeah.
If you don't care about that stuff and you don't mind, that's fine. But if you want to watch it and you want to keep things clean, skip those 2 minutes. And because once I saw what was going on, we fast forwarded through it to get to the other side, and you didn't have to watch it. It wasn't crucial to the plot.
To the movie.
It wasn't pivotal to the plot. It just moved the plot along, but you could have found out that she got the data she needed without having to watch everything that they tried to show. So, just fair warning, just to keep it clean if you want to keep it clean, because that's what we try to do, and try to screen stuff out for you guys. So, I think that's all I've got to say about that movie.
Yeah,
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
I did it. I also enjoyed it. I just wouldn't go back to watch it again. You know.
See, I think I would, because I think there's more in there that I just have missed. You know, there's probably more. It's one of those movies where the more you watch it, the more you. Oh, that's interesting. I'm just watching you on the TV screen, just to kind of scratch all kinds of body parts right now. So anyway,
and I've got a sore over here,
okay.
and I was readjusting the Band-Aid.
Gotcha. All right, TMI. But anyway,
well, you're the one who asked.
I need another drink. So, because it is time for it's time for the show to be over, because my drink's gone. So, So anyway, all right. So, anything else that we want to talk about before we go?
Nope.
Okay. So, how about we roll for the other movie then?
All right, let's roll.
Okay.
All right.
Roll.
So first,
roll wherever you are.
All right, we have a 5.
So
that would be is Amazon.
Amazon, because a low roll is Amazon, a high roll is Netflix.
Yep. And then let's see. Next we have a Nat 10. So 10 is what? Thriller?
Thriller, yeah. So a thriller on Amazon. Now we got to roll your 100 side
number.
Woohoo!
An actual Nat 100.
So wait a minute. So you got a Nat 10 and a Nat 10.
Yes, basically.
So you basically you rolled 3 Nat 10s in a row. What are the odds?
Anyway. Very low.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're gonna look for a thriller that's available on Amazon. I'm cueing the music, and I'm gonna go look. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, and we had some music, but then anyway, I can't wait to watch this playback to see if the crap that I'm hearing in my headset when the audio mixer resets, if they're hearing it, because it hurts my ears. But anyway, okay, so the 100th movie in the thriller list on Amazon Prime is...
What is it?
It's the 2014 movie, Stephen King's A Good Marriage. It stars
Okay, then.
It stars Joan Allen. She's
Who?
a great actress. Just look her up. It stars Joan Allen. It stars Anthony LaPaglia. All right. Do you remember? And you saw So I Married an Axe Murderer, didn't you?
I believe so. And why are you looking at the TV again?
Oh God, I keep doing it. Sorry. So, have you seen So I Married an Axe Murderer?
Yes.
Do you remember his best friend, the one that was dressed like Huggy Bear, that was dressed like a pimp? Okay,
no, I do not remember that.
That's Anthony LaPaglia. Who else is in it? Stephen Lang, Cara Buono, Kristen Connolly.
Yeah, none of these names mean anything to me.
No, I think a lot of these are people that you're going to recognize. You just didn't know their names.
Maybe.
Now, Joan Allen, maybe not. Anthony LaPaglia, you'll recognize. Stephen Lang. Okay. Did you watch
Scott Lang?
No, not Scott Lang. It's not Ant-Man. Stephen Lang.
Been awesome. Though.
All right. You remember the movie Avatar?
Which one?
Well, there's only been one Avatar.
No,
Not that stupid Avatar. The alien Avatar.
Hey,
the blue alien Avatar.
The Last Airbender stupid.
I didn't
the
say
movie. Yes, the show. No.
Okay.
Anyway, yes, I've seen the first Avatar.
Okay. Do you remember like the Marine colonel that had the scar on his face?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Stephen. That's Stephen. That's Stephen Lang.
That's Stephen Lang.
That's Stephen Lang.
Oh.
Okay. So anyway.
Okay.
All right. So let me read to you what it says about this movie. Well, I don't have it here. I gotta see if I can find a tagline for it or something. One sec. So, talk amongst yourselves, or talk amongst yourself.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What?
Okay, I got it. Never mind.
Son of a.
I thought that was
Screw
gonna be
you.
Okay. All right. So.
A tiny full Star Lord.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever. Okay. So it says from the legendary Stephen.
I'm so sorry.
So from the legendary Stephen King, which makes sense since it's called Stephen King's A Good Marriage. With a serial killer on the loose and a stranger stalking her family, a dedicated wife unveils a sinister secret about her husband that threatens their marriage and their lives. So okay.
Then, wow.
So it's Stephen King, serial killer, thriller. So
is there a clown mixed in?
No, it's not it. So there's got to be some goodness in there just because it is a Stephen King thing and it is about serial killers and it's a thriller. But Stephen King's books rarely turn into good Stephen King movies. Very rarely. The Shining was a great movie, but Stephen King absolutely hated The Shining because it was nothing like his book. So he did not like it at all. So it was a good Stephen King movie, but it wasn't like the book. If it had been like the book, it probably wouldn't have been a good movie because his imagination is so out there, it's hard to translate that into a movie. Now, I understand that the recent It movies have been very good. Now, I don't know how closely they followed the book, so I don't know. I can't say. But anyway, so that's our movie for next time. It's 2014, Stephen King's A Good Marriage, a serial killer thriller, starring Joan Allen and Anthony Paglia. So we'll see how that goes. And you'll come up with another
geek
question for us, and we'll go from there. Oh, a couple of other notes. DragonCon has been canceled. Everybody knows that. Yeah. People that would be watching that, DragonCon's been canceled, but they're doing a virtual DragonCon. And so so all the panels are going to be either live via Twitch or they're going to do pre-recorded panels or whatever. And yours truly,
ours truly.
No, yours truly is going to be on a panel. Yeah. I'm going to be on I'm a panelist on one of the panels in the digital media track. Now, we're also doing a video for them because they're doing a series of videos on Podcaster Cribs, kind of their setups. and we get to be on the end of look at what you can do with nothing. We're that group, as opposed to the people with the professional studios and stuff. So so anyway, so be looking for that. That's Labor Day weekend. I don't know if you we're planning on going to Dragon Con, or if you will have access to these videos outside of buying your ticket for Dragon Con. I think so. I think it's pretty much going to be free to anybody because you could either get a refund, as Connor did for next year, or just let your membership roll over to next year like I did. So I think they're going to be free to anybody. So if you want to check those out, let me know, and I'll let you know when what the schedule is going to be, and we can go from there. So I don't have anything else, and I want to get another drink and go play some Destiny. So
of course, Destiny.
So Chase doesn't have anything to say. He's been really quiet, just sitting here though. Sounds like
That's my job. Only I can squeeze Chase.
And doesn't it sound like a dying giraffe or something? Doesn't really sound like a chicken.
You don't even know what a dying giraffe sounds like, though. So how can you make that comparison?
But I can say that's not what a chicken sounds like. I can't say that.
That you can say, yes.
All right, so we should go. This has run pretty long, and Mitch, I really appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us for a little while.
Yeah,
and
man. I'm
probably
definitely going to check out that comic.
And I will probably see you in about 45 minutes, if not sooner, and drink in hand and controller in the other hand. So that's it for me.
Same here.
Okay, so guys, we appreciate you guys coming in and listening to us. We're available anywhere you look for podcasts. Search for us on anything.
Literally anywhere you find podcasts.
Apple, Google, Spotify, anywhere you can find podcasts. Just search for Gene Pool Variety Hour.
Search up on YouTube as well.
Yep, search for Gene Pool Variety Hour on YouTube because we upload these to YouTube so you can watch them later. We're also available here on Twitch with twitch.tv at Gene Pool Podcast. You can reach us at the Twitter handles you see on the screen, GP Variety Hour for the podcast. I'm at Headgamer on Twitter and
then I'm at QuillMiester, and that's QuillMiester with MIE, not EI. So if you spell it wrong, you spell it right.
There you go. So until next time, guys, that's all we've got, and we'll see you next time on the Gene Pool Variety Hour.
And remember, stay nerdy, my friends. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Come on, Dad, get into it. Dance.
Come on. This is about as much dancing as you're going to get out of me. Hadn't had enough to drink yet.